much money would be required to start an e-commerce store? If you are thinking about this question, then stay tuned to find out the real answer. In today's video, we are going to break down realistic e-commerce startup costs. So without any further ado, let's get started. Well, there are 4 expected costs when you're starting an online store, which includes domain name hosting, inventory and payment processing. Now, if you're using Etsy, eBay, Amazon, or some other third-party marketplace to sell your goods, you won't need a domain name or hosting. However, you will have other costs, especially their cut of the sales of all your goods. Let's discuss more about the necessary startup costs. Domain name, 99 cents to $15 per year. Your domain name is the name of your website. You'll need a domain name for your website if you wish to start an e-commerce business on your own site. Domains are quite cheap. You'll often find GoDaddy running sales for 99 cents domain names. You can also buy them from one-on-one, and cheap domains are straight from your hosting provider. You should always try to get a .com domain name, while .clothing, .sheep, and many of the other new domain extensions are becoming more popular. People will prefer the .com edition of any website when they type it into a browser. Hosting $3.50 to $250 a month. Hosting is the fee you pay to host your website on a hosting provider's server. Without hosting, your website won't be attached to the internet and can't be visited. There are 2 types of hosting: shared hosting and private hosting. Shared hosting is the inexpensive hosting available because you're sharing your server with other people on the shared hosting plan. This is great for a new store up to around 100,000 visits per month. After that, you'll have to upgrade to private hosting for better speed and less downtime. Private hosting, on the other hand, means you're paying for your own private server. This is more expensive, usually starting at $200 a month, but can be more reliable, especially if you have a lot of monthly visitors. Since you're turning on an e-commerce store, we recommend you to work with an e-commerce platform like Shopify, BigCommerce, or WooCommerce. Shopify and BigCommerce come with their own hosting, so you don't need to worry about buying separate hosting. The pricing of Shopify starts at $29 a month, and the pricing of BigCommerce starts at $29.95 a month. WooCommerce is also free, but you have to pay for additional features. Also, you have to buy separate hosting. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now let's continue. Inventory, $0 to $1,000 to start. You can't start an online store without having something to sell. The amount you invest here will adjust while depending on whether you're drop shipping and how much inventory you wish to start with. Drop shipping usually works like this. Whenever a buyer buys from your store, you can forward the order to your supplier and they ship the item quickly to the buyer as if it came from you. It's a way to sell products without physically storing, packing, or shipping your own inventory, meaning almost no inventory cost. The major drawback to drop shipping is limited branding and customization capacity. You can't control the packaging or any extra touches, like handwritten notes in the box. Well, if your supplier suddenly runs out of stock, you're stuck with no products. You have back orders to fill and potentially furious customers to comfort. If you agree to hold your own inventory, you have greater control over your branding and inventory management, but you also need to invest the money upfront to purchase products and need somewhere to stock, pack, and ship them. While buying your own inventory, we suggest investing at least $100 if your supplier is a local, or $1,000 if your supplier is far away. The reason is because local suppliers have faster delivery times, so you won't be stuck productless for a week or more if you run out. It's a good idea to check out minimum order amounts and lead times when you're discovering sources for your inventory. Payment processing, 2 to 3% of revenue. Finally, we have payment processing. While not necessarily a cost of beginning your business, all payment processors charge you around 2 to 3% plus 30 cents per transaction. All these costs are necessary to keep in mind when selecting a product to sell and setting your pricing. You have to make sufficient money on each sale to still make a profit after marketing costs, product costs, processing fees, and shipping fees. Total required costs with inventory is between $140 and $1,040, and with drop shipping, it is $40. And that's what is required for e-commerce startup costs. However, this is the bare bones setup, as there are a lot of other things that could help you right out the gate. Once you've got your basics covered, it's time to jump into the fun stuff to give you that slight edge over your competition. This includes using a G Suite account for email management, website designer or premium themes, incorporating your business, designing a logo, developing a marketing budget, warehouse storage costs, high-quality product photos or studio area, website apps and plugins. Well, it's hard to give you a perfect number, but at least you now have a rough idea of your e-commerce startup costs. With that being said, it's time to end our today's video. Press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stuff. Peace out!